What's
All
happening?
right. Yeah, what's up, man? Quick show. Our immediate reactions. What the fuck just happened? I mean, what the fuck? How the hell? First of all, Charlo, he's not a good boxer. He's really not. I mean, come on, man. He was getting outboxed. But I always said if you just puts a little bit more pressure, every time um, Harrison was doing that little dance, is because he was hurt. But Charlo would just look at the guy, and he didn't do anything after that. He would just look at him dancing. He's dancing. Go ahead, hit him. He's hurt.
Yeah, Harrison kind of clever doing that. Maybe, well, he got hurt in the end. I don't know if he was showboating in the last time where, said, I'm not hurt. But look, Harrison was doing a good job blocking, and I think that was taking a lot of steam out of Charlo's punches. Real good job at blocking the shots. Finally caught up with him, though.
Yeah. Did you think that Harrison got tired a little bit?
Definitely.
Mm.
Yeah, he said himself 1 year in activity. He was doing a good job. He just needed to keep his composure. And why didn't he try to get on the back foot and box like the first fight in the last 2 rounds? He could have won. I mean, he was not leading on the scorecards according to the judges. But if he would have got on that back foot like Oscar De La Hoya style against Trinidad, he would have won because he was dominating the fight aside from the second round.
Yeah. Fucking Christ.
He came forward. That was a surprise. It was kind of like role reversal, right?
Yeah. Damn, I'm still kind of shocked.
Well, you picked Charlo in the 9th round. Can't be that shocked, right?
Well, I was shocked because he was losing the fight, and I said, well, I don't think he's gonna knock him out anytime soon now. Because it wasn't going the way I expected the fight to go. Of course, I predicted the stoppage, but not like this, man. He was getting outboxed, man.
I mentioned that. Look, Harrison's a good fighter, but he's the tale of two fighters. He's doing real good, then all of a sudden he falls apart, and I caught up with them.
Yeah, he really did. I'd like to see a third fight.
Kind of interesting. It was a good fight. It wasn't like a great fight, but it was a decent fight.
Because but I'd like to see a third fight because I think it'd be fair. It'd be fair to have a third fight because Charlo was getting outboxed. But what people saying here, saying Brit says PBC gonna rob him. Gonna rob who? Harrison, other defeats were similar, says SSB28. Oh yeah, it's true that he was winning and then he just fucked it up at the end.
That's what happens with Harrison. He's winning the fights, then he all of a sudden falls apart. So I don't think that's one thing that's really going to improve. And once you know that he's gonna cave sooner or later.
Yeah. Do you think the stoppage was okay?
That was all right.
Some people were complaining it was a shady stoppage.
He could have let it go a few more punches, but I think he would have still knocked him out.
Let me just read some of the comments here. Let me make the screen a little bit bigger. Let's see. Dubu says, they wasted our time. Harrison should have took a dive. They're gonna rob him anyways. Okay. Pixie Fitted says Harrison was fighting like Starling with that high guard. He was boxing the ears of Charlo. He was. That's what I say. I think there should be a third fight. Absolutely.
Yeah. Charlo's kind of stupid. In the end, he started celebrating, wasting all this energy, jumping on the ropes, letting all of your energy go in exuberance. He could have, the other guy, he could have still been in the fight and the round could have ended, and then there you go. He could have thrown that fight away very easy.
Yeah, and then there was an official that went into the ring. Who was that guy? Why is he getting in there?
Yeah, that's why they got those guys in suits. I think Recognize was speaking about that before. They got this girl right on the edge of the ropes. They got these people like in these burgundy suits. Yeah,
Yeah.
to get these people out of there, man.
All right. Should I open the phone lines? Because I have the phone number up there. Well, let's wait and see. But man, wow. I don't know what Charlo fans are gonna start saying, and I'm talking about the Charlo fanatics, the ones that have been supporting Charlo and saying that the Charlos are the best. These guys, what are they gonna say now? Are they gonna lose their mind?
Yeah, from
Because
that standpoint, I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
yeah,
you can't overplay like this was a great boxing performance. No, he got the knockout, but it wasn't.
well, it wasn't. I mean, yeah, exactly. It wasn't a great performance in the sense he was getting outboxed. I mean, this is a little bit like Wilder knocking on Ortiz. I mean, the guy is getting
Yeah,
outboxed, and then he comes back with a knockout. But I mean, Ortiz wasn't really landing that many shots. In this case, Harrison was. He was landing some pretty good jabs, straight rights, uppercuts. He was working that
and shots
uppercut.
to the body. He's going hard to the body. Charlo got the knockdown in the second round, but like after, like towards the middle rounds, I thought he had lost a lot of steam in his punches, especially to the body. I was writing on the chat to Quags. I said, "Look, this guy's slapping." He told me, and I agreed. He's slapping to the body. He
Mm.
wasn't throwing like with conviction. So with all that blocking that Harrison was doing, I didn't think that Charlo had the steam on his punches to get them. I know I predicted Charlo to win by knockout in the 10th round, but just how the fight was playing out, yeah, I thought his power was gone. But credit to him.
Yeah.
But I think this it kind of contributes to the fact that that Tony Harrison's got bad stamina. So yeah, that obviously had a lot to do with it. It's not so much that Charlo is like this gifted puncher. I mean, he's got good punching power. Harrison fell apart, man.
Yeah. He did have that. Charlo did have that early knockdown. He didn't really capitalize on it. Arp in the chat is saying these guys are haters, and I was going for Harrison. Well, what do you want us to tell you that Charlo wasn't getting outboxed because he was? I mean, it's pretty obvious. I mean, come on. I don't know what you want us to
Yeah.
say.
Nah,
Seriously, man.
well, congratulations to Jermell Charlo. He won. He rallied back, won the fight. It was good. It was good for him. But he was getting outboxed.
Yeah, and it's not a guy that has the power of Deontay Wilder. So what I'm saying, he's not gonna be able to bail out. The power is not gonna be able to bail him out all the time, right? He had an opponent that, like as we said, and everybody knew, an opponent that had precedents where he got tired and stopped, right? So things worked out for Charlo this time around, but next time, who knows, man? Who knows who's gonna be able to get him out late? He was getting outboxed, man. But also Harrison, he's a good boxer, man. Gotta admit that too, right?
Yeah, he's a good boxer. He did well on the first fight, fighting off the back foot. And I think in this fight, actually, he thought it would serve him best because he wanted to like maximize his conditioning to last him to like the course of the fight. And it
Yeah.
kind of was a good game plan because, like you said, when there was like the showboating going on, Charlo wasn't too aggressive to where he was quick to like get on him. So he wasn't jumping on him right away. So by the fact that Harrison was pressing forward, didn't we didn't see like Jermell Charlo connecting an insanely amount of punches. He was throwing, but they were getting blocked.
Yeah, yeah,
And when
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they were getting blocked. And even Lennox Lewis said, Charlo
and
should pay attention where he's throwing those punches. 'Cause a lot of them were just hitting the gloves.
yeah, and exactly. And when Harrison stopped, what I was basically trying to say, when Harrison stopped, Charlo should have jumped on him.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of like you could kind of tell that who was dictating the pace off of that. Even though Harrison was the aggressor, Well, he was dictating the pace. That's what I'm trying to say. He was winning the rounds. He swept the rounds from the second to the ninth, leading up to the two knockdowns in the 10th when the fight got stopped.
Yeah.
He was sweeping the fight. You could kind of give Harrison the first round also, but I'm not saying the knockouts caused amnesia. No, he deserves credit for the win. Yeah, he rallied back. It came out of nowhere. I was waiting for that moment because, like, I had picked Charlo to win in the 10th round by KO. I was kind of surprised because, like, man, this can't be so obvious that I was thinking to myself, if this guy goes to the decision and he loses, I think he was going to get robbed, Harrison. But anyways, that didn't happen. What's Charlo gonna feel about himself? Glad for him that he knocked him out because it saved his career. It saved his confidence. He
Yeah.
probably would have got into depression. But yeah, that's big credit to him.
I hope he. I mean, he enjoys the victory, but also, looks back at the fight and tries to correct some of the mistakes he was making. Right?
Yeah. No. The Flex Carlo 20. No, yeah, I know he got the knockout in the 11th. I called it a 10th round KO. Bucho called it a 9th. Actually, I was gonna call it a 9th, but I changed my prediction to a 10th. Yeah, I was this is how I thought it was gonna play out, but it was a close call, man. Harrison should have got on the back foot and boxed like Oscar De La Hoya against Tito Trinidad if he really felt that his gas tank was emptying out, you know. But he still would have lost because the judges had Charlo ahead. But then you could have made a case that this guy would have got robbed and he would have earned a third fight,
Oh
you know.
God.
Yeah, if he would have stayed in the pocket, he still would have probably lost on the scorecards because he was winning by 3 points.
According to those
Charlo.
fucking judges, yeah. Wow.
So fuck it, go on the back foot for 2 rounds, and like somebody said, he was winning 98% of the fight. Yeah, then you could claim again you got the story for a third fight, talking about how I got robbed by Charlo. Fucking, he would have got on his bicycle. He should have got on his bicycle, man. He got the long jab. Yeah, Charlo wasn't being super aggressive. It
Yeah,
was
but
Harrison that was being aggressive.
Harrison probably knew that he was gonna get robbed if he knew it was always gonna be a close fight. I think he's been talking about it leading up to the fight. He's not the A side, even though he's a champion. He kept saying, "I am still the B side." And so what does that implies that judges will not be on your side. And so maybe he didn't want to take any chances. Um,
That's right. Yeah, because he doesn't have the privilege of knowing the
But
scorecards.
but let's give a little bit of credit to Charlo because he started to step it up, even though in my opinion it was a little bit too late, and I was like, "What are you doing? It's too late now." But that's the moment when he broke Harrison down when he stepped it up in that
That's right.
10-11th. Uh, all right, we have recognize what's up, and give us your thoughts on what just happened.
I didn't even see the fight. I just watched the
Oh,
highlights quickly.
well,
I didn't get to.
Charlo was getting outboxed, man. He dropped.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm hearing. He was clearly losing the fight. They were saying.
yeah. Well,
You know,
not according to the judges.
Tony Harrison just always had he's a good boxer, but he has a suspect chin. Stamina's not that great,
No.
you know. And good for the kid, man. I'm happy for him. You know, I don't really. I'm not a Charlo, fan, but let him stay in the game. I think I always thought that when it came between him and Tony Harrison, he's the better fighter. So even though it looks like there's some issues there, maybe it's a stylistic thing. Maybe it's something that that proves that Jermell's not that good, which could be more likely. It's probably both things. But he stopped him. Shit, he's got pretty decent power, and going late as well. But also, we know Tony Harrison is not. He's always kind of had a suspect chin. He was beating Jared Hurd. Same thing happened to him.
Yep. Fucking Christ. I'm trying to put open the phone lines here, but I'm having trouble. Anyways, hold on. People who are on the phone lines, just give me 1 second. What was I gonna say about this fight? Also, This is good for the PBC, I guess, right? Charlo, he's a name amongst the great PBC fighters, and so
Yeah.
this is good. But by the way, recognize. We all agree that Charlo was losing the fight, but apparently the judges had it. Oh, he dropped off. The judges had Charlo winning. How the fuck is that possible?
That doesn't really look well.
No, it doesn't look well, man. I had Jimmy here. Jimmy, what's up?
What's going on, guys?
What happened?
Fucking Harris was doing his best to make me look like I was going to lose that one.
Yeah, me too.
Till he fucking got caught, man. It's a hard time not to, if you're not 100% solid with your chin. He's not a big, thick dude with a thick neck. You know, he's
Yeah.
tough, he's got heart, but I just got to say, man, no bullshit. Like, he lets him come off from that second devastating knockdown, right? Where I honestly thought most refs would have stopped that fight there. He was goofy legged. He fucking gets him up, no legs under him, and then stops the fight when he's taking shots to the forearms. No wonder fucking
Butt
Harris. I
stoppage?
thought Harris I'd be pissed too. Like, dude, you let me just get up. Now I'm holding a high guard. None of these punches are getting through to hit my forearms. And Reese jumps in. Sometimes Reese tries to, I don't know, interject himself. I think, you know what happened? I think he second guessed himself on letting him up. I bet you he was saying to himself, Jack, you just fucked up. If this kid gets killed or something happens, they're going to
Yeah,
come down on you.
So as soon as he was pounding on him, even though they weren't really landing, he said, "Okay,
They were
now
hit-
I'm gonna stop it."
Exactly.
Yeah. Would he probably still taking him out? I think he would. Probably.
Yeah, exactly. No,
There
he
was
was.
40
Oh, yeah, no.
seconds. Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt, he was one shot away. But I think Reese, to protect his own ass, I think that was, I better protect my own ass, because if he does lean a clean shot, like he was hurt enough where he was scrambled, his eggs were scrambled enough if Charlo caught him one more clean, big, and of course, Charlo was throwing bombs, like his high, winging, like Wilder style. So if he would have caught him, who knows? He could have fucking caused brain damage, brain bleed. I think right there, myself, personal opinion, he second guessed the second. He shouldn't have let him go in his mind, and he was looking for the first chance to stop it. And but that was ridiculous, though. That when a fighter's holding a high guard and everything's coming up his forearms, you got to let him at least land something. And I don't blame Harrison for being pissed. But
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a bullshit stoppage.
he was gonna put his ass away.
But like you said,
I mean,
he was one shot away, right, from turning the lights off there.
We gotta let it happen, right?
You gotta let that one shot. But
well, no, seriously, with a champion, especially with a champion,
yeah, that's
dude,
true.
you
It's a
gotta,
champion.
you know what I mean? All the work that motherfucker put in, who knows? You don't know. Those 3 punches there, or 4 punches on the forearms, could have punched himself out. Maybe have deflected a few more, got his wits about him, because it's not like a body shop. Once you shake off that head, not saying he would, but if somebody put a gun in my head, I'd say he was going out, but you never know. It's a fight. You know what I mean?
But he had already been dropped twice before that, right? In that same
yeah,
round?
no doubt.
Okay, and then can you make an argument that ropes were holding him basically?
Well, I mean, yeah, not holding him up, like keeping him from going down. No, I believe he was up against the ropes to keep steady. But that's a fighter's trick. When you're hurt, use the ropes. That way you're not wobbling. But if your guard is up, you know what I mean? When somebody's holding up with their forearms, like full guard, earmuffs, they used to call them, like you're holding up, covering your ears, and the shots are hitting the elbows and the forearms. You just, you know what I mean? You don't stop it there. Let one more shot to send them at least a little off. One more shot to the head. It doesn't have to put them out, but as a champ, I just think you should give it. You know what I mean? Obviously, I picked Charlo for stoppage, so you know what I mean. It wasn't like I was going, "Oh man, come on, Harrison, make it." But
yeah,
I just think that was low rent. That's
in the chat, Reese Mack says Charlo was ripping Harrison's jaw off in the 11th and snapping his head back. I don't blame Jack for stopping the fight. Brandon White says Charlo landed 3 nice left uppercuts before the knockdown. Harrison was doing well outboxing him though. Okay, people are.
Oh, he was definitely fucking. I mean, the dude is a shot away from going out, but that's not what was happening when he stopped the fight. That's the reason why the crowd moaned.
Yeah,
Harrison started freaking out. I mean, he was hitting his. Though I just watched it like 3 times. Every shot hit his forearms. Nothing hit him clean. And Reese jumped in when he was hitting his forearms. I'm just saying. Listen, I picked Charlo by stoppage. He won the fight by stoppage. I was off by 2 rounds, but it went the way I thought it would go. But I just still think, as a champion, you let him go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of anticlimactic too because Harrison could come back, but also it robs Charlo from a highlight knockout. You know.
Dude,
Yeah.
people were screaming at
It's
Mickey Ward Gotti, man, in the
157.
9th round.
3-3.
Motherfuckers were screaming, "Stop the fight!" You should have heard the fucking crowds. They were yelling, "Stop the fight!" How many times you have fans yell that? Like people were screaming, "Stop! That's enough! All right, stop it!" Because they were like fucking cracking each other so hard. And after that body shot, like nobody thought Gotti was going to get up from that. Nobody.
I remember
When he
that,
did-
man.
Oh, when he did, fuck Christ, it was crazy. I mean, it was nuts. At the end of the round, like I said, Mickey's family was, I mean, his sisters were crying. It was nuts. Because they
In
were
the
beating
chat, Dead Game says, "Oh, sorry. Go ahead."
No, I'm just saying so. But my point being, they each came back. They were both fucking out on their feet on a couple of occasions.
The Dead Game in the chat says you have to punch back.
He's right. You do. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to punch
And-
back, but like we've seen these. Look, he knocked him down twice, and then you could say, look, there was a lot of stress on him. He looked like he was about to break. And you can. It's up to the referee. I mean, Tony Harrison has himself to blame. He got dropped.
Oh, absolutely. And Jack Reese, don't get me wrong, I still think he's probably the best ref out there right now. I personally think he is. I think he does a great job for the most part. I just think he second-guessed the second. He probably should have stopped it at the second, to be honest with you. He shouldn't even have, to argue with to that side, he shouldn't even have let it get to that point. It really should have been stopped after that second knockdown. He was out. You know what I mean? He didn't respond to him when he said, "Okay, come to me," and he just stood there like, I don't, I want to come to you, but my legs aren't doing it.
That's right. That's right.
So
But
in that point, he let him continue longer than he should have. I'm just saying, it's tricky. Do you let him take one more shot that had to go down? But it's not going to sit well with Harrison because he was awake and with it enough that the second the ref stepped in, he freaked out. "What the fuck?" He yelled right away. "What the fuck?" So he was coherent enough. It wasn't like, "Okay, Jack, what are you doing?" I'm and still swinging. He instantly turned and said, "What the fuck are you doing?" So I'm just saying, I think as a champ, you should have deserved. You want to get knocked out? You want to go until your fucking face planted, kid? Okay, you earned it. Taste the canvas.
Yeah, I mean, these people, these refs are so scared these days. These athletic commissions that they, look.
Well, rightly so, right? Or not?
I mean, of course, yeah, because
Well,
you don't want
they
somebody
can't be
to die on
sued.
your watch.
But it doesn't look good, yeah. Plus, isn't Jack Reese, is he the commissioner in California? He holds a pretty big thing up there. And isn't he a judge in real life, too?
So he's everything in California, I guess.
I think I think he's pretty sure he's a judge. Like Judge Miles Lane. He was a judge, too, in real life.
Yep.
Talked like he was from the streets of New York, but he was a judge. He was a hot ass, too. But,
Don't bullshit me.
I got a question. Where did this fight take place?
wasn't it Cali?
Yeah, Ontario, California.
Okay.
Apparently, there's an Ontario in California. Wow.
Yeah, there's an Ontario.
I know.
Yeah, there's an Ontario.
It's
Just surprising that you got two African Americans guy fighting and they're playing Mexican music in between rounds.
That's kind of weird.
Well, isn't
California part of Mexico?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's a big farming area, I believe. So they have a
I
lot of migrant
thought
workers there.
California. I thought California was part of Mexico.
It is now, I think.
Oh, but wait, it's not official.
They got an airport. Yeah.
Well, it's not. That's actually smart because Mexicans are big fight fans. They'll go out and support the fights. You know what I mean? The fight. So.
Hey guys, what do you think about the judges? They had Charlo up on the cards.
Yeah. Okay, that's ridiculous.
I mean, what's going to
I didn't see the
happen?
fight, but
Corruption called it.
I didn't see the fight, but you guys, hearing your guys comment and a few others, it doesn't sound like he was winning.
It's not even debatable, in my opinion.
I think without a doubt, Harrison was winning. My
Yeah.
personal. What about you, Bucho?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he was winning the fight. He was hitting
Charlo maybe had
crisper
one
fight.
round and then knockdown. I mean, that
Yep.
knockdown and plus an extra round. That's it, man. He was
That's
getting
it,
outboxed,
exactly.
outjabbed,
But I'll tell you
everything.
what, I didn't like once you fucking like you goofied him one time, you did that like did a little dance. Did you hear the first time he did it? Because he kind of Harrison really kind of won the crowd over after you got up. Everybody likes the underdog, and he kind of did that dance, and everybody kind of clapped. But the second time, you see how fast the crowd started. Oh, boo! It's like that's one thing about fighting, man. And I don't care who you are, the crowds tend not to like guys starting to do that dance cocky
Yeah.
shit. Turns crowds off quickly.
Now he was doing that dance. Going back to the dance, he was doing that dance because he was getting hurt. No, in my opinion, when
Oh, most of the
yeah,
time, a guy stick their tongue out, smile, or the worst one, the most tell of all, is when someone tells you it didn't hurt,
yeah,
because that means
yeah,
it hurt.
Right, the shaking the head. Yeah.
like nah, nah.
If Harrison had, because remember, he was tuning him up, like hitting him with body shots. But like they were saying, those are like major league body shots. They were major league body shots coming from someone who don't hit hard. Harrison's not a heavy-handed kid at all. He's technically sound. He's got a nice, crisp jab. He throws things down the middle. He does a lot of things right. Very technical fighter. He just doesn't load up on his punches. Like, see how Charlo, not talking about the fucking wings, but bends at the knee. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Bends down, he comes up and cracks. You'll never see Harrison do that. Everything's upright, front foot forward, snap, snap, down the pipe.
He has
Everything's technical.
snap.
Pop, pop.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
those
snap.
punches
That's what
have
it is.
snap,
But
no power.
But you're not seeing him like give a little bounce, bend at the knee, like a home run swing. You see him bend
Yeah.
at the knee, their back knee's almost on the ground as they're hitting the ball. It's the same
Yeah.
thing. It all drives from the waist. That's where all your power plant is.
He got good KO percentage though. Harrison, he got 21 KOs out of 28 fights. But I see what you're saying.
But yeah, I mean, if you go down his thing, because what I did, a lot of those guys he knocked out had a ton of had been knocked out a lot. Like he didn't really knock out anybody a note. Once
And
he
you can
started
see the
fighting
diff. I
decent
mean,
competition.
he never really hurt Charlo because this is
No, never.
an elite level chin. Elite level, yeah, a better chin than like Jimmy says these other guys that nobody knows about.
Yeah, because exactly. If he had any, you would. I mean, I think he got Charlo's respect. You know what I mean? A couple of times, like you probably saw stars a few times, like you got him if you get hit in the head right. But at no time was he ever like, oh shit, I better jump on him. I got him hurt. But then again, that's his problem too. A few times I think he should have. Like I'll tell you when he got him, he had him. You can always tell when a fighter's a body shot gets him because you'll just see that right arm slightly drop down and go tight to the body. And you saw Charlo do that a couple times after body shots and got on his bike. Then he should have charged in because Charlo can't throw punches going back. Neither one of the brothers can.
That's a good point. You can't fight on the back foot at all.
At all.
Let's go to the chat. Don Flamenco says, the moment Harrison started to dance around after blocking punches, I could see he was getting tired and it was his downfall. Okay.
Stamina issues.
Yeah. I hear echo. I think it's recognized. Adonai Sedek says Harris had good snaps on had good snap on them left hooks to the body. Lol. He also says Charlo doesn't know how to place punches throughout the fight. Okay.
Doesn't know how to set traps either at all. It's just about winging them.
Which are exactly. He's very predictable. You can see his punches coming.
But can we say that he was that Charlo was getting outboxed by the better boxer to where when he faces a different type of opponent, we could say that maybe he connects better because Harrison was displaying a good guard. He was blocking a lot of punches. Will he face another guy that has the defensive ability as Harrison? He might face other problems in punchers, but he pretty much faced a good boxer today, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. He was outboxed. And again, it's just like Harrison really wasn't setting traps either. He was kind of reacting to fighting off what Charlo was doing, but neither one of them were trying to like set each other up.
It seemed like I without seeing the second fight, it seemed like the second fight was playing out to the way
the first one. Yeah,
the first fight. Yeah, you see, in my opinion, I thought Charlo won the first fight. I thought he edged it out. But he did have issues in that fight. He was getting, in a lot of moments, he was getting outboxed. and that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. It happened.
Actually, I
Happened.
think Harrison was doing a better job this fight. I think he was
Oh
winning.
yeah.
Like the last fight, you could have gave it to Charlo. I agree with you. I wouldn't have fucking either way, but I kind of I leaned towards Charlo in the first one. This one, I thought Harrison was running away with it. Charlo, he was doing everything like, even when Charlo, like you don't throw a 3-piece combination and not try to punch around the dude's gloves.
Yeah.
Guzin mentioned that, and of course
Yeah, what
Lewis
was
said that
that,
those two
man?
fucking hate each other. But yeah, no, just teeing up on his forearms like that, those are wasted punches.
Yeah, it was frustrating. I'm like, what are you do? Do you really think you landed in? Like the guy's blocking all your punches, and Harrison was the one getting offers the whole time. That was one of the main difference, I think. The one who
Fucking
was getting
Charlo, man,
offers was Harrison.
yeah, no feints. I mean, how come he didn't like throw a fucking shot? Like he was gonna double up and throw a feint, and then see if you can get him to bite, and then go upstairs or go to the body. Nothing. I swear to God, you say, no, I was very disappointed with that.
Then
I thought
from
Charlo
time
was
to time,
technically
Charlo
better.
would land some good body shots, but then he would just stop doing it. I was like, what? That's actually kind of landing. Not your shots on the elbows and the gloves. That's not landing.
Yeah.
And he would just
Frustrating.
follow through with it. He would do it over and over, like that pop, that pop. You throw a 3-piece, pop up right on the fucking arms. Like, is he really gonna do that all night? Not try to
Yeah,
step
exactly.
aside.
All night.
You know what I mean? Like step 1 foot to the right, throw the jab, and then step to the left real quick and go to the body. Try to set up
Yeah.
something different. Nothing.
So this is why I asked Gonzalo earlier. Well, not asked. I think I just pointed it out. Like, listen, Charlo. I think he should celebrate the victory, but also, I mean, at some point, look back at the fight and go like, you know what? I really need to make some changes over here.
And again, what did I say? He said he's going to stop him, but he's going to be messy because, again, even if your game is power punching, especially if your game is just trying to take people out, you got to be active. Like right now, he's not hurt, he's not cut. We're looking at December 21st. So, and realistically, he should be fighting the end of March, early April. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he won't fight
Yeah.
again until June.
September.
It's just insane. It's insane.
Yeah,
See him back in September.
keep the momentum going. He was jubilant in victory. Allow him to continue that, that train.
Like the Ward Gotti wars where those guys like tuned each other up. It wasn't like, you know what I mean, like fights where these guys weren't worked up. Those 3 fights took place in 16 and a half months. You know what I mean? I'm talking brain swollen, fucking swallowing pints of blood. Those boys were fucked up. In 16 and a half months,
I remember people were complaining about the Gotti Ward 3 fight being made. Oh, you're cutting off, Jimmy. Yeah. We can't hear Jimmy. Jimmy, we can't hear you. But what was I saying? I forgot. Let's go to the chat quickly while Jimmy fixes his connection. The Fight Scout says Charlo was getting buckles bad and getting hurt often, but Harrison isn't a massive puncher. That's a good point. And again, Charlo, fuck man, Jesus, he's hitting the gloves and he keeps doing it, and then he's inactive for a long period of time. Jesus, go ahead.
Who's he gonna face out there? Okay, so Munguia relinquished his 154-pound belt, right? So that's up for grabs. Who are the other champions? Jared Hurd. What's out there? What kind of styles is he gonna face?
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Like, listen, he fights Julian Williams. Let's say Julian Williams. What kind of he's a boxer puncher? You'd say he is, or what is he?
That's right.
Yeah, I'd say boxer. His brother already beat him, but he beat him by a knockout. And I think his brother Jermell has more power than Jermell. So
Yes,
that
sure.
fight wouldn't exactly be very similar. Like it wouldn't be like Jermall versus
J-Rock.
J-Rock. Yeah, it would be a completely different fight. Who else do we have? What was the guy who J-Rock beat? Julian Williams. Yeah. No, that's J-Rock is Julian Williams. Oh, come on. What's the guy who beat Lara?
Erislandy Lara?
Yeah, the guy who
Is
beat
he at
Lara.
60 or 54?
How about 54?
Jared Hurd?
The big guy.
He went up to 60. He went up to 60, Jared Hurd.
So who do we have at 154, man?
Damn, that division's kind of thinning
And
out,
I'm
right?
Yeah, but I'm looking at the PBC fighters because I'm not gonna talk about Munguia, Jesse
He
Vargas
went
fighting
up
Mike.
also. Yeah.
So I don't want to. I want to talk about actual fights that are possible to make.
Who do we got?
No,
Caleb. Caleb.
Biat says Hurd is back at 154. Okay, he didn't go to 160.
Okay.
All right, we have Jimmy back. I think he's still there. I don't know. But anyways, yeah,
Sorry, it
Jim,
won't let me. Oh, can you hear
yeah,
me?
you're back. Yep,
What the fuck was that, man?
I have no idea.
Gremlins.
So we're looking at what's going to happen in the future for Jermell. We're looking at possible opponents. Where I think that we should focus on which fighters he can fight at the PBC because I don't think he's gonna go to the zone for a single fight or one fight deal or whatever. He's not going to the other side of the street.
J Rock Williams should be drooling to fight him.
Yep.
If I was J Rock, you know what I mean? Oh, made to order right there. Him come out like that with J Rock will pick us him a piece. But I think J Rock has more power too than Harrison and an overall better fighter. I can't believe that fight wasn't one of the fight of the years. Ruiz Joshua. That's ridiculous. That they put that in over Harrison Hurd. That was a great fight.
Bro,
That was a
who
good
said
fight.
this? Who
What's
said
that?
that was a better fight?
Well, the Boxing Writers Association of America listed the top 40. I mean, the fight of the year candidates for 2019,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, and Harrison. No, excuse me. Hurd J Rock wasn't on it, which I think is a sin. I think that was an excellent fight. I think J Rock just that was old fashioned game plan, and he was setting trend. No, that was a great fight. Much better. I mean, let's be honest. Ruiz Joshua. It wasn't like. Has anybody watched it again? Is it saved in anybody's DVR? You know, he was in one of those fights you want to watch. I don't know. It was just you got a guy
Talking
who
about the
just
first one.
yeah. I mean, it was
There was
It was a,
drama,
it was
but
a
it
big
wasn't.
event.
Yeah, they
it was a
after
big
after that.
Nothing.
event.
Yeah.
It was a guy who won the lottery, fucking got a lottery ticket. He got in, took up against a guy who didn't take him serious at all, who was sucking in and beat him up. And, you know, Joshua didn't make excuses. He took a tossing, but it wasn't high drama. It wasn't like a great fight. You know what I
No.
mean? Either way,
Right.
but
It
the
was just a
action.
great upset. That's what it was.
Like we
Exactly.
remember the knockdowns, but if you look at the fight after the two knockdowns, after the exchange knockdowns, there were like 3 rounds where nothing really happened, or 2 rounds. Like
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true.
Doesn't deserve fight of the year. It was upset of the year. But
no,
the
for
fact that
sure.
that's in, they voted that instead of Harrison Hurd. I keep saying Harrison Hurd, idiot. Keep instead of
Heard,
J Rock Hurd.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see because one Charlo already beat the has already beat. Wow, Jesus, what's this guy's name?
J Rock
Charlo.
Williams.
He beat J Rock Williams. It'd be interesting to see if the other brother, the smaller guy, can beat him
Who
also.
doesn't hit as hard.
That's right. And
But, you know,
J Rock has improved along the same lines.
I think J Rock was. I mean,
Pretty low
personally, I mean,
place.
J Rock and his people, Stephen Edwards, just straight up say without a doubt he was fucking a walking pharmacy because man, he didn't take Vada. He was in that first fight, and you know, of
Walking
course, people,
pharmacy.
he heard the same shit that I was hearing. What was coming out of that gym? So he, you know what I mean? That's why they were saying bullshit. He was sauced out because that's what started all the bad blood right after the fact. You know, J Rock didn't even hide. He's like, hey, if I was fucking sauced up too, but
Didn't low Bucho, didn't low place used to call 154 the Negro League?
Are you kidding me?
I swear to God, he loved that division. That was
yeah,
the
that was
greatest
his
division in
division,
his
huh?
Well, he was high on Hurd and Charlo, and he was saying Charlo was gonna beat Canelo. Hurd was gonna beat Canelo.
Oh yeah, that guy who we saw fight tonight, he used to say would take out Canelo and Triple G. Back 2014, 15, he was saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. How's your head injury? Fucking knucklehead.
God.
Is he still fucking active on social media at all? Does he have a
No,
YouTube
I think he
page?
went away for a. I'm pretty sure he went away.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I
Yeah.
think he did.
What, like
Yeah.
like psych valuation type shit?
Nah, like, you
No.
know,
Prison?
we'd be locked up and shit. Like that.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
fucking clown.
I mean, I don't know what he
Fuck.
did, but that's the rumor. That's the rumor mill.
I think he mentioned that he might be going. He was gonna have a court date or something, and
Oh, wasn't he? Wasn't it something about? Was it breaking restraining orders or some crazy
no,
shit?
I don't think. I think he's
No?
selling some. Yeah.
He had mentioned going to court for beating some dude's ass.
Oh, really?
I don't
Okay.
listen. I don't. I
They
don't
could have
doubt.
rolled a bunch of charges in together. That's
I
easy.
don't doubt that a guy
On
like
the count of.
Low Place. I don't doubt a guy like Low Place doesn't know how to handle certain situations, and he could just like fly off the deep end a little bit. You know,
Could
he's
be.
not a small dude, so he could. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
he could beat somebody's ass.
I think he was
You know,
6'3" or something.
some shit
That
like that. Yeah, he said.
that and the
Yeah,
fact that he's fucking emotionally unstable.
It's a recipe for disaster, man.
Yeah, right.
so you add that he's young and immature, so forget it. He said he's like 22, 23.
Low place?
I
Yeah.
don't think he's 6'3",
Yo, guy,
man.
he
I
was like
thought I
in
saw-
his late 30s, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
man.
he was in his mid-30s. That's
Oh,
what I'm
okay, my
saying.
bad.
Fucking,
mid?
Well,
and
he
he's still
acted like he was
fucking.
in his 20s.
No.
Yeah, and he's still out getting fucking catching cases. Like, really, dude.
Dude,
You
man,
haven't you
that
figured out you're
stopped
not
for
a good
me.
criminal?
That stopped for me at 22, man. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
22, man. The last time I got arrested and I had to do a little stint for violating my probation, I was
What,
like, fuck
island?
this.
Where'd
Rikers
you go
Island.
there?
Yeah,
Oh,
I had to do it in Rikers
oh,
Island.
30 days in there was like fucking 6 months in maximum security for
No, I
hell.
mean, in Rikers, I did 2 stints there. Once until I got sentenced, I was my original sentence when I was like 18. I was there for like 6 months. You know how the trial goes. I was there for
How
about
long did they
6
keep
months.
you in the tombs when you got cuffed up? Did they put you in
I
the
don't
tombs? Or
remember, but it felt like a fucking 2-3 days, some shit like that.
oh, fucking
Remember, this is
dungeon.
New York in the early '90s, so there was a
Oh,
lot of crime. So
Damn.
yeah,
half
so
the
that was
POs were
normal.
crooked as fuck,
Yeah,
and the other
yeah.
ones didn't give a fuck about you.
Oh yeah.
No, back in the 90s, man, they were finding dudes who were left in like solitary, like in county. They're not supposed to keep you in for X amount of days. They were keeping dudes locked down there for like a year and a half.
Fucking shit.
No regulations. Yeah, no, it was Wild West back then. They'd fucking
Yeah.
break you. They had all kinds of places there with had no cameras, and they would just shit beat fucking prisoners.
Yeah, I remember being in Florida. I got arrested in Florida, not in New York. This was up in Florida, and these motherfuckers kept me in this cell where there was no bathroom, and I was in there for. I was like, I gotta piss, man. Like I gotta fucking take a piss. They're like ignoring me. So I got my hands because they had me cuffed from the back. So there's no way to like unzip. So I had to pee. I said, fuck this. So I got my legs through my arms that were cuffed. I pulled my shit out and I pissed right in the fucking the cell.
What the fuck is this?
How
Yeah,
many
I had
guys
to
were in
do
that
it.
whole lockup? Were you the only one in there, or?
Yeah, I was the only one in there. I had to do it. I said, look, I've been in here for 6 hours. I told you I gotta fucking pee. They didn't even respond. You know how they'll say, hold on a second, fuck off, or something like that? Right? They didn't respond. I said, okay, I'm gonna take a piss.
Surprised they didn't pound on you for
Oh,
they
they beat me up. No, they beat me up. I just didn't mention that part. They went in there and I got roughed up for sure.
Jesus.
Especially when somebody slips their chains. I remember, man, they used to toss dudes beatings if they
I
were able to
didn't
slip
I
the
didn't
chains.
split it. I didn't take them. They didn't come off. I did my whole legs
Under,
and
like you
got
got your legs, pull the cuffs in front of you.
right. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, they stopped that. We started wrapping them around their waist, and we put a box. So they had a steel box. So they were cuffed to a steel box that ran around their waist, so they couldn't really. Their hands were like you do, like palm to palm. So around the waist, and then shackled down to a chain between your feet, so you couldn't run.
Sounds like great times.
Yeah, fuck, it's terrible. It's terrible, man. They treat them like animals.
All right. Well, I guess we should end the show now. I can't get the
Yeah.
phone lines to work here, so fuck it. And it's
Thank
getting
you for
late.
using Blog Talk Radio.
Brian
So, hey,
Castano,
Goodbye.
he's a good fighter at 154. Brian Castano, Jared Hurd.
Yeah, those are good
yeah, there's a
fights,
few
but
good guys out there.
I got a lot of people listening here. A lot of
I
people
don't know
saying in
about
the chat.
Charlo. Like, I'm just, he's just got to fight more often. He just does. These guys got to fight more often. That's sloppy. I mean, he had him really hurt in that second round. In all honesty, he should have stopped him there. He had a minute left. Fucking Harrison was badly hurt, and he starts fucking throwing punches like it's the fucking last call at some shit saloon. You know, trying to sucker somebody walking out the door.
Yeah. Well, hey, Jimmy, what'd you think about the interview? Recognize Errol Spence.
I thought he was fucking kind of, I don't know. He acted like the accident happened to him. You know what I mean? And not because of him. And then the fucking announcer, did you hear the way the announcer was? And maybe he'll drive a little better. Like he was trying to almost get a little attrition out of him. And he was fucking, wasn't having it. He just thought it was a miracle. It was a miracle. Yeah. Or you were just so fucking pie-eyed that you were fucking limp as you got tossed.
Yeah, they don't mention that, huh?
No, I just, I don't know. He's got some scarring around that right eye that could be, a problem. I know if I was fucking fighting him, I'd be missing in close with the elbows. Elbows cut you like nothing. No other ball. Oh yeah, an elbow will cut you open.
He's coming back in May.
Yeah, he's gonna. They're gonna hand feed him. They'll hand feed him some fucking scrubs.
Why are they rushing him though?
I don't know. Probably because just to stay relevant. Maybe he realized when he fought Porter, because he didn't look sharp. I thought he was missing a lot of his shots. I mean, his percentage, Porter was at 19%. It wasn't like he was much better. I think he was at, 29? He missed a lot of shots, too. It just, again, you got to fight more often. I think these guys are starting to realize it. You look at every write-up after every big fight, the writer always mentions ring rust in a lot of these fights.
That gets you sharp like the real thing, man.
And the weird thing, he says he wants to jump in straight to no tune-ups, a name guy.
They won't allow him to do that. I mean,
I don't think Al Heyman will allow that.
Hell no. He's still one of his, most. First of all, that's Heyman's favorite fighter, one of them.
Yep.
And he's the big name in the welterweight division right now.
He might have more. He might have more potentials than a guy like Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, yeah. Wilder's days might be outnumbered.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys. Anyways, well, I don't want to get into the Wilder thing right now. Maybe we should end the show now. It's gonna be midnight to get some sleep. But yeah, guys, thanks for joining us on this late show.
No problem, man.
Shout out. What you eating? Recognize Cheetos,
Pizza.
cheese puffs.
Pizza.
I ordered some pizza, right? And I'm eating now.
I was gonna order some pizza today. I was like, but then I'm like, nah, man, fuck that. I'm gonna get fat, man.
There's a great pizza joint out here in Florida where I'm at. It's one of the best. The best.
Damn you.
Guys from Jimmy's Way. It's from out there from Boston.
Ah.
Yep. He makes good pizza. He makes good everything. Good Italian food.
Only place I've been to Florida is Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Jacksonville. That's not the kind of town. More like South Florida is more my type. Although I do like Pensacola. Like it over there.
Yeah.
Go hang out with Roy Jones, man.
Pensacola, yeah, Roy Jones. I used to live in Savannah, Georgia. I was stationed in the military over there, and I used to live in Savannah. That's a nice town. They have nice St. Patrick's Day parades over there. That's like an hour away from Jacksonville. But anyways, thanks mucho.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys, and I want to thank everybody in the chat for joining us, staying late. You guys are the best chat. We'll see you, I guess, tomorrow. I think Mr. BDA might do a show tomorrow. Not sure, but stay tuned for more BDA boxing. Oh, and subscribe to the Second Renaissance because that thing's gonna go off.
Yep. We're
next
gonna
week.
we're gonna make history over there.
We're gonna make that channel's it's gonna be something. All right,
It's
guys.
gonna blow up.
It's gonna blow up, man.
It sounds like a terrorist.
Oh, anyways, that was good. All right, guys, take care.
I was up on that one. All right, man.
All right, guys, take it easy.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.